So I've been trying to learn Substance Designer and Unreal, and also this is from the base mesh collection of free objects, and so they don't have any textures, and they're not super high res. So the first thing that I like to do, because we don't have a high res mesh, is use the bevel shader. It's what I found that works quite well. And so, I mean, I'll just stick the bevel shader on so you see what it does. But what we'll do is we'll bake that to a normal map, and then that's sort of a cheaper way of doing, rather than going in and doing bevels and everything, it'll just take forever. This is a sort of faster, sort of quick and dirty way of doing it. So if I have a look at that, show you what that looks like. It should show up. Okay, cycles. There you go. It puts a slight. And I put in like about 5 millimeters. Maybe make it even. I mean, it really depends how close you're going to get to these. If you're going to pick them up, I suppose, right? I mean, I'm quite. I mean, that looks super great, but we're never going to get that close, really. So that's like 1 millimeter. So maybe let's put it 2. Why not go up to 5 again? We're only probably ever going to see about like so. So maybe go split the difference 3. Okay, so then what I do is then I create a new image map. Image. I'm just going to go, this might seem a bit excessive, but I'm just going to go with 4K. I've done this for all the props, and then when I need to optimize, I could shrink them down to, 2K or 1K or whatever. I'm not sure if this is the best way of going about it. It's just like, rather than, it seemed to be better sort of to start with the best quality that you can get, rather than, and then decrease it. So we call this keys normal or something. Okay, new image. Okay, so with that selected, we can now generate, and also I think that non-color is best. I think that's sort of the color space thing. So then we want to go in the bake. So we need to shift to cycles or switch it to GPU. And also in the bake options, we'll go normal. And then for Unreal, we need to, on the green channel, that needs to be -Y. In Blender, it would be +Y if you were using the normal mapping, but Unreal does it another way. You can actually change that later in Unreal, but we'll just bake it out correctly. So that's the normal map set up. So then we can just go, so I like to split the view and go to image and then select keys normal so we can see it coming in. And so if we then go bake, to make sure the image is selected, and the mesh is selected, I think, and we get no error messages down here. If it was wrong, we'd get an error message. Okay, that's looking okay, I think. So what we'll do is just save that. So image save, and I'll show me my messy drive. Okay, so that's that done. And one other thing worth doing is the ID is create a ID pass for Substance Painter. So again, another new image. So texture image, new, again with 4K keys, ID. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll hook that up to the base color. We can get rid of that now. And we'll change this. What we'll do is you can use the, in the texture, what we'll do is we'll go into edit mode, and we'll select, let's say, the LEDs or something. I just want one of the LEDs to be green, like it is on my keyboard at the moment. So see if we can do that. No, it's okay. Let's zoom in a bit. Okay, that's that one selected. This might seem a bit, it's 4K, seems a bit excessive for that one LED. And then if we go shift back to paint texture and then get the paint bucket and make sure our map is selected, that should do it. I mean, I have the one LED selected. That should oh God, undo. I forgot you have to have the selection. So you need that little, when you're in the texture pack, you need that selected, and that should do that one LED, which it does. Yeah, it's super excessive, but you can imagine if you had an object with loads of different materials, you could do red, green, or blue, yellow, cyan, loads of different colors for the different materials. But we'll just do that one LED. Okay, so go image, save. Okay, and then we'll go, yeah, that's fine. Maybe the compression thing, I should change that. Okay, now to Substance Painter. Right, so let me go new. Okay, select the image, select the model rather, keys, keyboard. Is that not gonna? Computer keyboard, is it? Computer keyboard, FBX, same model that we used. Did I add it was an OBJ, I think. They have it in the 3 formats. I'll go with OBJ. And set that again to 4K. This might all seem a bit excessive, but okay. So there we have our keys. And then what we can do is we need to then go to the bake. And I'll bake, although we'll replace the normal and ID, I'll just bake it all together and then we'll switch out it with our ones that we did in Blender. One other thing I needed to check was that we are, so that put up to 4K. And go down the thing, just check all that needs to be up. Self-occlusion, same mesh. Raise, self-occlusion, same. This. Okay, those are all our things set up. Just wonder if this was. I think that's it. Although I'm just wondering if I should have set the. Let's do it again. Oh, it's already set. So you need to set that to Unreal. Well, you can actually do it on the export, but I always try and just start with the Unreal Starter. Is it packed? That's the next one. Okay, so just leave it like that. We'll do that on the export. Okay, great. So now we just hit bake. Off it goes. Doing all the different things. Because the cool thing with, the thing about Substance is it sort of adds more dimensionality, if that is such a word, to the object, in that you've got like a sort of ambient occlusion on the diffuse, and you've got if I go with I've got like a computery texture or dirty plastic. You can use these smart materials, right? So if we go dirty or white plastic, I think it was plastic, dirty plastic. Okay, check that on. That will use all the different. I mean, that's pretty horrible. I mean, in a kind of, and also I don't really. I want on the edge. I want that to be white, really. I don't want it to be this brown. No, that's not okay. Plastic base. I did do. Maybe try that one. Just delete this one. So yeah, I'm pretty. The reason why I'm doing this is it's just that's one thing I'm a bit I haven't really got into the whole Substance thing, and it just seems such a fast way if you're creating your own assets, game assets. I'm going to go back with the other one. A fast way to texture something, and let's put green. Oh, plastic again. What we can do? Oh yeah, I haven't done that. So we need to import. So we go import resources, add resource, put key, and there's our normal open. Set that to. I've done this on several objects to try and sort of, get it into my head really, so I don't forget. So that's the normal. And then we're going to go file, import, add resource, ID, as I say, a bit texture into the thing, import. Okay, and then if we go to the thing here, we can go select ID, there's the keys, update, and then the normal, multiple materials on this. There is, I'll just double check. We've got, just seem to have a few more maps we actually need. Okay, so let's just update the normal, select norm, keys normal, update. And you can instantly see how how the normals improve the look of there's a sort of slight bevel and things. I'm wondering if we can, if the smart. I really don't like this black edge. I want that to be white really. But we've got just switch off the layers. See if we can isolate the. See, I like the grime in there, but I don't like this. You know, dirty edge. I might just leave it for now. Let's put the green in there. So we go new layer, add layer, and we'll have it. We're inside the thing. That's not. We don't want it. We want it outside. Fold that up. Okay, and then I guess what do we add a fill? Fill. Okay. Want that to be green. This is going to be for the LED. We're thinking, and then what we can do is you right click on it, and then we can go use the ID mask. If you can find that white dot, and that should be. Is that? I don't know if that's done it. Doesn't look like it's done it. I could have chosen a more interesting object than the keyboard, I must admit, and I'm not putting on the text because this is sort of the one. It's sort of. Yeah, it's sort of. I always think that's a bit of a giveaway in games. Is if you haven't got crisp text on stuff, I'd rather not see the text if it's some blurry mess. Try again. Let's zoom into the. There we go. So then we have the green. I don't think I'll bother with the emissive, making because we could put the emissive in, which would be if the lights were off and whatever. I guess that would be cool. So once we're happy with that, so go File, Export, Export Textures. Here's where we specify Unreal Packed. Again to the. Okay. Yeah, fine. Okay. And then we just hit export. And that should do it. So then we go over to Unreal. Have we already got it in here? Yeah, we've already got it in there. I'm being an idiot. I guess I could be. It's not a bit more organised. So here, and that's got the basic Unreal thing. So we need to create a keyboard texture material rather. So close that, and we'll create a material. Material. Okay, and then we can just go put that on there. And then if we go, oh, it has got two. Oh no, should be alright. Okay, and then we go and drag the maps that we created in Substance. Yeah, I'm coming from more of a Unity background, but because obviously the fidelity and stuff, that the realism you can get with Unreal, it's sort of I thought it's time I should try and get into it a bit more. Compute. Right, so there's our keyboard. Oh, yeah, one thing we need to do is change the color space. Switch that off, RGB off. Okay. And then we go into our computer material, keyboard material rather. I kind of in a weird way, I kind of prefer the old. I don't quite like these floating menu. I like it more I mean, I know you can just drag we could just drag the things drag the windows into tabs. Anyway, so we've got that. Normal into normal. And then into the red, into the occlusion, the green into the roughness, and the blue into the specular. And then we compile or save. And then our keyboard should look. Yeah, it's got a little light on. So there we go. Yeah, so that's kind of how to basically texture, albeit very simply. I mean, I hadn't really shown you anything in Substance other than dragging two smart materials on. Well, a smart material, the plastic one. You have all these attributes that you can mess around with, right? And using the ID mask and baking the normal in Blender in a way that Unreal understands with the inverted Y or green channel. I think that's so that it looks all good in Unreal. But it's just like trying to still trying to familiarize myself with Substance. Because it does seem to be the fastest way of getting good looking textures. I mean, it didn't take any time. I mean, obviously I haven't really done anything. I'm just curious to what with these things with the screws and stuff. If you needed to. I'm just gonna. I mean, I've saved the textures and stuff, so I don't think it's gonna matter if I as normal. Wow. Yeah. It's sort of. Can we scale it? Scale. What might that be? Oh, it's probably transform, all the same miry. Well, that's quite cool. Should you need the detail? I mean, I'd say 4K is a bit excessive for a keyboard. It should be more like 512 or something, I guess. Yeah. And then just I guess it bakes it all out when should you need to do that. That's kind of cool. To be able to do stuff like that. And it kind of made me think that text would probably show up at the 4K, but as I say, it's going to probably get crunched right down to 512. So, and then it will all be a pixely blurry mess. Okay, I'm going to stop the video. It was just like, yeah, I was always wondering how they get game assets looking so good, and this seems to be the sort of magic bullet, this whole business of taking it into Substance Painter, and then that bakes all these different types of maps that you can use as masks to layer on grunge and to make things seem more real, right? I mean, it still seems quite, yeah. And you can really see the normal map there on the keys. Okay, I'm going to stop the video. That's it.